Most people have this idea that they want to spend money all throughout their 20s and they'll start saving money in their 30s. And I want to tell you that it doesn't have to be this all or nothing that people seem to think it is. It's possible to spend your 20s spending your money, enjoying your life, while still getting yourself set up with solid financial foundations that you can have to step into your 30s with. And I know this because I did this myself in my 20s. I used a system that allowed me to accomplish almost all of the financial goals that I'd set for myself in my 20s while still being able to live and enjoy this decade of my life. And I wanted to take a few minutes today to share with you just how I did this, because when I thought about it, I realized that it all boiled down to basically just two mindset hacks that I use that I'm going to teach you today that you can start implementing tomorrow to start working towards your future and your financial goals while still feeling like you're able to live a life that you enjoy and wake up knowing that you're going to be allowed to spend money today and to do things that bring you happiness and that make you smile. The first mindset hack is what's going to help you start to control your spending a little bit without feeling like you're doing without. And that's learning how to set really concrete and crystal clear financial goals for yourself. And I'm not talking wishy-washy goals, like maybe I want to buy a house someday, and maybe I want to quit my job and start my own business, and it'd be nice to start investing. I should do that. Those are wishy-washy goals. Those are basically the same goals that everyone sets, and there's a reason that not everyone is able to accomplish those goals. So I want you to work on setting really, really specific, defined goals that you can see with crystal clarity in your mind's eye. Then write these goals down, maybe, print out pictures, maybe put them on the wall next to your desk, maybe make them your phone background, anything so that these goals remain really clear in your mind. And then make sure you also review these goals a few times a year, okay? Stay clear on what it is that you want as your needs and your position in life change, and adjust your goals or your action plan to get there accordingly. Just make sure that you always know what it is that you're working towards, and make sure that you always have that set up in your mind's eye. And what this is going to do for you, the reason that you're doing this, is that this is going to help create this ultimate desire image of what you want from life, the life that you want to build. And you're going to use this image to contrast with every single daily purchase that you're going to make. Some of your expenses, you're going to find those are necessary expenses. You may not like them, but you have to pay for those expenses. Some of them are going to be expenses that you find actually help you get closer towards your goal. You're definitely going to want to spend money on those expenses. And other expenses, you're going to realize that they might just be temporary impulses, or maybe they're even societal expectations for what you should be spending your money on, but they don't actually line up with getting you towards this big goal. My goals in my 20s were to work for myself, to save up a 12-month emergency fund so that I could always continue working for myself, to buy a house, and to create a really solid investment portfolio that will have years and years and years to compound and grow my money without me having to contribute so much of it and so much of my financial resources later in life. And I weighed every single purchase against these goals, and I never felt like I was doing without, because ultimately I made the decision that my goals mattered more. And after you do this for a while, it's really interesting actually, what you'll find is that it becomes really easy to defer the instant gratification of spending money now, knowing that you're saving that money for some bigger goal that you have that you want more in the future, right? It changes your mindset from look at all these things that I want that I can't have to I'm happy doing without these things because I've run the numbers and I know that in X amount of time, if I save my money, I'll be able to accomplish this goal that I want more than anything else. And this takes me into mindset hack number 2, because I'm sure what you're hearing so far is don't spend your money, don't buy anything ever. And I know that's not what I promised you. I promised you information about how you can, yes, save money to work towards your future goals to set yourself up financially while still being able to spend money and enjoy your life. And that's where mindset hack number 2 comes in, which is getting really, really clear on what your financial values are. At first glance, most of us have no idea what our financial values are because we're so constantly inundated by messaging and advertising that's telling us to spend all of our money to buy all of the things. We spend our money on travel and eating out and things for our homes and our skincare routines and getting our hair colored and going out for drinks with friends and getting new decor to decorate our homes for each of the holidays that we have. We spend money on gym memberships and tickets to go see shows and toys for our pets. And all of us constantly feel like we never have enough money left to buy the things that we really want, while we sit in our homes surrounded by our closets that are overflowing and our makeup bags that can't fit everything that we own and our garages that are stuffed to the brim with all of our things that we've bought. So your job over the next few months is to learn what your individual and unique financial values are. And what this means is, what are the things that when you spend money on these categories, these things light you up, these things get you out of bed in the morning, these things truly make you happy and fill your cup up when you spend money on them. Then, once you've identified your financial values, you're going to stop spending money on anything that doesn't line up with what those financial values are. After that, you're going to pick your top 3 financial values, and you're going to allow yourself to happily spend your money on these 3 categories. But anything that doesn't fall within these 3 categories, you're not going to spend money on it. You're going to choose to save that money to either be able to spend on your value categories, again, the things that really fill your cup, or you're going to save that money, going back towards mindset hack number 1, you're going to save that money towards your big financial goals. And what this is going to do is it's going to help you to naturally start reining in your spending without feeling like you're doing without or missing out on any of the fun things in life, because you're still allowing yourself to spend money on the things that you actually truly enjoy. So for me, in my 20s, my value categories were travel within reason. I didn't travel extensively, and I traveled very cheaply when I did travel, and it never got in the way of work. But travel was one of my value categories. My second category was I always let myself spend money freely on getting really good food, meaning good and fresh ingredients and organic food and good spices and things above and beyond just my basic grocery budget, because I really valued cooking and being creative in the kitchen and eating healthy food and, making good food for my friends and family. And my third category was my dog. I didn't need to take care of a dog in my 20s, but for me, having a dog is one of the bright points in life. I can't imagine life without a dog. So I made the decision that I was going to have a dog and that was going to cost me money, and that's completely fine. And I was completely okay with spending money on the dog because that animal enriched my life so much. That was definitely one of my value categories. Spending money on these parts of my life allowed me to feel so financially abundant. I know that sounds cheesy, but I did. It allowed me to feel abundant, and it allowed me to feel so fulfilled that I didn't really feel like I was missing spending money on other categories. This system will evolve and grow and change with you over time as your needs and wants change, as your income changes, as your goals change. But overall, these 2 mindset hacks are something that you just want to get in the habit of and that you want to embrace, because they will serve you so well over the course of the rest of your life. I accomplished the goals that I wanted to in my 20s, but now I have new goals and I'm still thinking the same way so that I can move towards achieving those goals as well. If you want to learn more about financial values and how to really get clear on what yours are, I recommend checking out the expense tracking course that I offer. This goes into huge detail about the system that I use of goal setting, expense tracking, and reflection to figure out what my financial value categories are and to make sure that they're actually in alignment with who I am and what I want. So I will link that expense tracking course in the description for you to check out if you want. And otherwise, I will see you right back here next week when I release a new episode of the How to Adult Show.